So good evening, and we're going to be doing a calming and relaxation breathing exercise that just prepares us for bed, or at least, quiet time before bed. And that will allow us to hopefully get a better quality of sleep and wake up sort of ready for a brand new day, regardless of where you are. So while I'm doing it here in New Zealand, we have very good air and everything. Whenever you do a breathing exercise, try to find a place where you have fresh air or clean air. And if you are doing it indoors, I would suggest thinking about having an indoor air cleaner. They have some that gets rid of viruses, and those are quite useful. But find a comfortable seat, and I personally prefer doing my breathing exercises lying down. So once you're ready, find a nice spot. You can put a towel down, or if you have a yoga mat, or you can even do it in bed. But again, try to follow along so that we don't end up falling asleep. Although if you do, that's all good. So as you lie down, just make sure you make yourself comfortable, or as you're seated, perhaps in a crossed leg, just allow the body to start relaxing and turn your attention inwards, closing the eyes, just beginning to feel where the body is in space, beginning to feel the floor pressing up against you. And as you close your eyes, just perhaps rolling the eyes to the back of the head. And as you do so, the attention starts moving further in. The gaze starting to feel what the body is feeling. And just allowing the breath to move freely, inwards and outwards, flowing through the body. And perhaps at the end of every exhale and inhale, just allowing the breath to linger, beginning to pull more into the body, beginning to exhale more out of the body, beginning to find this rhythm, and perhaps beginning to whisper the breath to yourself. And then catch an inhale, just drawing that deeper into the pelvis, into the diaphragm, into the chest. And then as you exhale, just opening the mouth, sighing everything out. And perhaps at the end, allowing the body to press inwards, squeezing everything out, inhaling again, drawing the breath in, into the pelvis, into the diaphragm, into the chest. And if you're on the floor, just pressing with the breath into the back. Exhaling, slowing down. And perhaps gently lifting the pelvic muscles, lifting the belly, lifting the diaphragm, allowing the body to relax. Inhaling, breathing in, beginning to expand sideways, beginning to expand the chest universally in all directions. And then as you exhale, again allowing the muscles of the body to start pulling up and in, the diaphragm starting to pull up and in, the chest relaxes. Inhaling again, through the nose, into the pelvis, into the diaphragm, into the chest, a little bit more. Exhaling, slowing it down. Just creating the single long line of an exhale, and then using the muscles to gently start lifting, pulling up, squeezing everything out. Inhaling to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then let's exhale to 8, beginning to extend the breath out, 2, 3, 4, just smoothening the breath, lifting the pelvic muscles, drawing the diaphragm in. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, exhaling to 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhaling to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhaling to 8, Just allowing the breath first to come out, the pelvis to start lifting, the diaphragm to start coming in. Everything squeezes out, everything out. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling to 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhaling into the diaphragm, into the belly, creating this sequence of muscles as you open up and expand. As you exhale, respecting that sequence, lifting the pelvic muscles, drawing the belly in, the diaphragm comes in, the chest slowly presses in, everything out. Hold the breath out gently. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhaling slowly. Just allowing the breath to come out under your control. Smoothening, no sudden releases, just everything controlled. And relax back. So we've gone through what is an extended breath, where we have extended the exhales. And as we do so, we start encouraging the exhaustion of carbon dioxide in the body, this cleansing. But also notice how the body feels and how the mind feels. One, because we have consciously controlled the breath, we tend to be a little bit more present. But also, by extending this, we start calming the nervous system. And if there is any breath that is fundamental to youthfulness, to rejuvenation, to health, it's really this extended breath. Now, you can go 5-10, 6-12, 7-14, so forth and so on. You can go to 50-100 just by practicing continuously on that inhale and the exhale. But do so on that. But in order to leave you with a further extended breath, let's extend the count now to 5-10, 6-12, and 7-14. Now, if you're trying to follow along and you're struggling, drop back to your own count, the last one that you were most comfortable with. And that should allow you to keep there. It is more important really that we continue with the breathing in a smooth manner rather than trying very hard to get further on. Right, so let's begin. Taking a cleansing breath, inhaling through the nose, closing the eyes, allowing the attention to start dropping in as you exhale, following that exhale deeper into the body. Inhaling through the nose, into the pit of the belly, into the chest. As you exhale to 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and then 10. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling, lifting the belly, lifting the diaphragm, allowing the chest to slowly collapse inwards. And then inhaling again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take one more, 6. And then as you exhale, begin lifting the pelvic muscles, gently allowing breath to thread out, almost like you're preventing it all coming out at once, just allowing this little bit of breath to keep going. Begin lifting the diaphragm, allowing the chest to come in to 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling to 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Inhaling to 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhaling, just beginning to respect again that sequence of muscles, the lifting of the diaphragm, of the pelvic muscles, so the lifting of the belly, the lifting of the diaphragm, and then the chest muscles even start squeezing everything out. Last one to 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then as you exhale, just in your mind, see if you can extend that beyond the count. See how slow you can release the breath, almost using your breath like a valve, your throat like a valve to minimize, just as thin as possible without stopping the breath. And then when you're all empty, just slowly releasing, allowing the breath to come back in, and just observing how the breath moves through the body. And then slowly, just feeling the energy in the body, perhaps feeling the edges of the skin, then drawing all of that inwards, trying to focus all of that energy into a ball right beneath the navel, and then letting that ball fall down into the spine and illuminate this wonderful long strand of energy that goes through our back. And then beginning to feel that energy draw upwards, bring it up into the brain, beginning to circulate it around the head, and then pulling that into a deeper and tighter marble of light that is in between our ears. Just letting it linger, perhaps pulsing it gently with the breath. And then slowly allowing that to drop down, perhaps touching the tip of the tongue to the upper palate and swallowing, allowing the energy to come down into the belly, into the guts, just beginning to feel the belly start to swell, and then allow that to come down again and settle in our pelvis, putting the energy to bed, storing it for when you need it. And thank you for practicing along tonight. Just remember that the practice makes things easier, and in the case of a breath practice, we're working on something very fundamental to us, our human energy. And hope you stay healthy, happy, and have a great evening. Namaste.